is Feed Dump, where we're back after our annual Desert Bus hiatus. And we are all video games we weren't able to play during Desert Bus. I am Fallout 4. Finally, give me all them caps. Joining me this week is...
Samba de Amigo 2000.
What?
I've been saving it up.
Okay. And...
World of Warcraft.
Oh, you've been saving it?
No, I just never, ever stop.
Ah. Yeah. Houston area police have finally arrested the notorious criminal dubbed the Cookie Monster, and I'd love it if either of you could guess why.
Me track you online using browsing history.
After being force-fed vegetables for many years, he decided to rob every cookie store in the tri-state area.
Arson is a sometimes food?
Because at every crime scene that they was at, there was always a trail of milk leading outside.
Because Mr. Hooper is a terribly inappropriate name for a crime lord?
Because every bag of money that he stole from the bank was double stuffed.
Well, you came close on one of those. He's been charged with armed robbery with a deadly weapon because he knocked over more than 30 fast food locations demanding a cookie along with his cash.
Sounds like the story of the famous dimension-hopping bandit who comes from a time where you can only pay for goods and services with oatmeal and raisins.
He should be going to jail 100%. I find it highly suspect that he got a fifth punch on his robbery punch card at each one of those establishments.
I mean, alternatively, it could just be Santa Claus. I mean, what else does he do on his off days?
Why cookies in the first place? The real money's in those apple fruit pies from McDonald's.
Yeah, maybe you should have gone with the Hostess fruit pies. I mean, if comic books have taught me anything, if you had those, you would have got away scot-free.
In an attempt to prevent soggy hamburger buns, a Los Angeles chef has invented ketchup leather.
Well, this is just gonna have PETA all kinds of confused.
But not nearly as confused as Los Angeles dominatrixes, where S&M now stands for Sonics and McDonald's.
And now we'll have another form of clothing. Leather, pleather, and now cleather.
I myself look to further applications of this technology, like relish roll-ups and Grey Poupon by the foot.
So what's the process of actually, making this? Do you just force feed cows a ton of tomatoes and then cure them?
I believe the process is known as tanning, Ben.
No, Ian, I don't think they need to tan. They're already a very natural shade of red.
Sadly, nothing so impressive. It's not even made like fruit leather either. It's literally just dehydrated ketchup in a cookie sheet that's then cut into squares.
This wasn't a problem that needed to be solved. Ketchup doesn't go bad, but somehow he's managed to make it go bad, and now he's serving it back again as food.
Basically, you're just describing standard fast food practices. Only now you're going to have to tell them how many slices of ketchup you would like.
Wait, are they square or do they cut corners?
They are square, and if you're still trying to imagine what the texture is like, my favorite part of the article, when asked if his product is comparable to the crusty dried ketchup that collects on the top of the bottle, he insists, it's kind of like that. But in a more controlled way and more palatable.
I don't know why more people aren't using this to describe their own inventions. Like my new Heritage applesauce, which is just the composting apples you'd find in the bottom of your refrigerator crisper, but in a controlled way and more palatable.
Or you could try veteran coffee grounds, which is really just the leftover stuff around your Keurig spigot, but in a controlled way and more palatable.
Or vaping, which is just the ingestion of propylene glycol, but in a controlled way and more palatable.
Wait, that's antifreeze.
Yes, strawberry cupcake antifreeze.
Speaking of which, a woman from the UK who tried to poison her husband by making him drink antifreeze was found guilty because she misspelled dignity on his forged do not resuscitate note.
They were quick to establish that this was not D-Night that he wanted to die.
He was poisoned from drinking antifreeze. You know, a do not resuscitate note just doesn't mean just let me die from drinking antifreeze.
As I mentioned, he didn't die, which is why it's hilarious that she spiked a cherry Lambrini, a drink favored by teenagers looking to get drunk on a low budget. She gave him a wine cooler.
There's your problem. They already have antifreeze in them. He's been building up an immunity for years.
I know both bottles have, pictures of ice and whatnot on them, but usually the key defining feature between them is one has the Smirnoff logo on it. The other has a car on the front of it.
Oh, that was the mix-up. She couldn't spell and she thought it said Lamborghini.
And so to keep alive what little dignity we still have remaining, this has been Feed Dump. Until next time, remember, there may be better sources for news, but they don't have this hat, which is actually a full head replacement. Hello, I am Skullsman. This is all I got.
Do, 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 do.